A royal wedding isn't complete without one silent showstopper, the tiara. But behind every glittering crown lies a secret, a choice made once, but felt for generations. Some were hidden for 75 years. One snapped minutes before history, and one turned down despite coming straight from the Queen's own hands. These aren't just ornaments, they're royal weapons, of power, of legacy, of control. Today we reveal 7 tiaras that changed royal weddings forever, chosen for love or something far more dangerous. And the first, it broke before the vows, but still became a legend. It was meant to be flawless, but just hours before her wedding, a future queen's tiara snapped in two, the Queen Mary's fringe. Tiara isn't just beautiful, it's a masterpiece born of transformation. Originally crafted in 1919, it was designed from diamonds once worn by Queen Victoria, reshaped into a bold Kokoshnik-style diadem with 47 sharp diamond spikes. And like many royal pieces, it hides a secret. The entire tiara can be converted into a necklace. But its legend truly began in 1947, when Princess Elizabeth chose it for her marriage to Philip Mountbatten. Just before the ceremony, while being secured to her veil, the frame broke. Chaos followed. The tiara was rushed to Garrard, the royal jeweller, under police escort and hastily repaired. Even today, that tiny gap is visible in photographs, a crack in perfection. Despite the mishap, the tiara dazzled the world. Later, it was worn by Princess Anne in 1973 and by Princess Beatrice in 2020, paying homage to her grandmother. Valued at over $9 million, this isn't just a crown. It's a symbol of resilience, royal tradition, and the pressure to appear flawless, even when things fall apart. But the next bride didn't follow tradition at all. She rejected the Queen's offer. She could have worn a Queen's jewel. Instead, she chose her own. On July 29, 1981, Lady Diana Spencer walked into St. Paul's Cathedral, not just as a bride, but as a woman about to redefine royalty. And atop her iconic 459-foot tall veil wasn't a crown from the royal vault. It was the Spencer Tiara, passed down through her own family line. Crafted from 3 separate elements, this tiara carries fragments of history. Its central piece was gifted in 1919 to Diana's grandmother, Viscountess Cynthia Althorpe, while the oldest portions are believed to trace back to 1875, once belonging to Frances Viscountess Montague. In 1937, Garrard reimagined the piece into its romantic form, a diamond garland crowned with heart-shaped scrolls, diamond stars, and trumpet-like floral motifs. This was the very first time Diana ever wore a tiara, and with 750 million people watching, she chose a piece that whispered of roots, not royalty. Despite being offered Queen Mary's Love Knot tiara by Queen Elizabeth II, she chose heritage over hierarchy. Today, the tiara remains within the Spencer family and may one day belong to Princess Charlotte, a crown of legacy, loss, and quiet defiance. Its story ended in silence, but what came next had been hidden for generations, waiting for the right bride to bring it back. For over 7 decades, it remained hidden in silence, until one bride brought it back to life. The Greville Emerald Kokoshnik tiara is unlike any other. Created in 1919 by the legendary jeweller Boucheron for Dame Margaret Greville, it was inspired by the Russian Kokoshnik style, a bold and structured silhouette reserved for royalty. Set in platinum, the tiara features 6 stunning emeralds on each side and a breathtaking 93.7 carat central emerald, all framed in a sea of brilliant and rose-cut diamonds. Its estimated value? Between $6.5 and $13 million. But what makes this piece unforgettable isn't just the sparkle, it's the mystery. After being bequeathed to Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, the tiara vanished into the royal vaults, unseen by the public for more than 75 years. Then, in October 2018, Princess Eugenie arrived at St. George's Chapel wearing no veil, just the tiara. Her choice shocked everyone, especially since she didn't choose the York tiara linked to her mother, Sarah Ferguson. Instead, she wore this emerald masterpiece that perfectly matched her striking green eyes. With its rare design and unexpected return, the Greville Emerald Kokoshnik tiara became an instant icon. After decades of silence, it returned in full glory. And just when tradition seemed unshakable, a modern duchess made a forgotten jewel speak again. It hadn't been worn in public since 1953. Then, one modern bride revived it and made it unforgettable. The Queen Mary's bandeau tiara is a study in elegance through simplicity. Originally crafted in 1932 to house a central brooch from 1893, this piece was built for Queen Mary, known for her love of transforming jewels, but this one she kept intact. Set on a flexible platinum band, the tiara features 11 glittering sections, centered by a striking detachable diamond brooch, a large brilliant surrounded by 9 smaller diamonds, creating a sharp yet balanced symmetry. When Meghan Markle walked down the aisle of St George's Chapel in 2018, she surprised many. Rumours had swirled that she wanted one of Princess Diana's tiaras, but the request was reportedly denied. Instead, she selected this long silent jewel, untouched for over 6 decades. She described it as clean, simple and perfect, matching her sleek Givenchy gown and minimalist style. And just like that, the tiara was reborn, no longer forgotten, but now forever tied to a moment of modern transformation. Today, the Queen Mary's bandeau tiara is remembered not just for its design, but for what it represented, a quiet power, worn by a bride stepping into history on her own terms. It may not be the largest or most dramatic, but the Cartier halo tiara carries a different kind of weight, the quiet expectation of a future queen. Commissioned in 1936 by King George VI for his wife, then the Duchess of York, this tiara was a gift just before she became Queen Elizabeth. Designed by Cartier, it features 739 brilliant cut diamonds and 149 baguette cut diamonds, arranged in delicate scroll motifs that shimmer with soft precision. For decades it remained out of sight, quietly passed through the royal lineage. Then, on April 29, 2011, Kate Middleton, now Catherine, Princess of Wales, wore it as she stepped into Westminster Abbey, beginning her transformation from commoner to royal. Though she reportedly dreamed of something more whimsical, perhaps a flower crown like her mother wore, royal protocol prevailed. The Cartier halo tiara, once gifted to a duchess on the brink of becoming queen, mirrored Catherine's own path. This was no coincidence. It was a symbolic echo, a bridge between past and future. Seen only once on her head, its impact endures. A tiara chosen not for spectacle, but for lineage, restraint, and legacy. Her crown whispered with restraint. The next would shine with the unapologetic brilliance of untouched diamonds. Most royal jewels are redesigned, reworked, or dismantled, but not this one. The Queen Mary's Ivy tiara stands as one of the few untouched pieces in her vast collection, a sign of just how much it meant to her. Gifted in 1893 by Lord and Lady Ivor as a wedding present, this Kokoschnik-style tiara features a tightly structured band of diamond scrolls and foliate motifs, rising into a striking, balanced silhouette. At the top, a graduated line of round and pear-shaped diamond collates catch the light with every movement. Unlike many of Queen Mary's other jewels, which she often had altered or repurposed, this tiara remained in its original form for her entire life. After her passing, it was worn by Princess Alice, then passed to the Duchess of Gloucester, and eventually loaned to Lady Rose Windsor for her wedding in 2008. Paired with a classic ivory gown by Franca Kuttner, the tiara glowed with quiet elegance. There's no colour here, no emeralds, no sapphires, just the pure cold fire of diamonds, timeless, architectural, and untouched by trend. It's a crown that speaks not with grandeur, but with unwavering stillness. And from stillness, we move to transformation, a tiara reborn through decades of change. Some tiaras sparkle with history, this one with evolution. The Kent diamond and pearl fringed tiara began its life crowned in emerald fire. Originally, its diamond uprights were tipped with enormous cabochon emeralds, which Queen Mary later removed and repurposed for her Grand Duchess Vladimir tiara. What remained was a bandeau of strength, a foundation ready for transformation. Passed down to Princess Marina, Duchess of Kent, the tiara became a wedding jewel within the family. In 1961, it was worn by Catherine Worsley, later the Duchess of Kent, and then reworked by the late 1970s. The new design replaced the earlier swirls with taller diamond spikes, now capped with the round pearls, giving it a modern yet stately profile. In 1992, Lady Helen Taylor wore the reimagined tiara to her wedding with Timothy Taylor, pairing it with a Catherine Walker gown that echoed the tiara's shape, an elegant harmony between dress and diadem. Though its emeralds are gone, the tiara endures, now valued at $1.5 million. What began as a bold jewel of colour is today a study in refined restraint, evolving with each bride it crowns. Because in royalty, even diamonds can change, but legacy always finds a new shape. Some chose crowns of duty, others of love. But none of these tiaras were just decoration. They were silent witnesses to vows, to power, to promises made behind palace doors. And though they've been worn only once, their stories are far from over. They live on in memory, in myth, and in the quiet shimmer of a single diamond. Which tiara spoke to you the most? Leave your thoughts below. And if you're drawn to hidden legacies, lost luxury and royal secrets, subscribe for more. Because the sparkle may fade, but the story always remains.